If you've got a big yard, robot mowers probably have not worked for you. That is until now, because I've got the brand new 2026 Segway Navimow X4 Series robot mower, and this thing changes everything. So Segway's done an amazing job. They've taken all the best features and technology from any robot mower and baked it into this X4 Series. There are so many cool features. Let's go over them. So you guys with big lawns are gonna love this, because the new Segway X4 Series has two different models. The first one is the X430. That one's good for up to 1 acre. And then the big guy, which is the X450, is good for 1.5 acres. Big yards, no problem. So some of the really cool features of the Segway mower, you gotta flip it upside down to see how they work. First of all, it's got all-wheel drive dual steering motors right here. These steering motors also are zero-turn, meaning they fold in and they can move really easy on your yard and don't cause any damage. And lastly, it's got dual suspension up front here and down below on the bottom. So all these four-wheel drive features of the X4 Series Navimow help it navigate some of the more challenging features of your yard. In fact, this thing can climb over obstacles up to 2.8 inches and traverse a slope up to 40 degrees. This thing is pretty tough. So as far as cutting's concerned, this mower is equipped with 2 cutting discs. Each disc has 6 blades on it, so you have a total of 12 blades. Now it cuts a width of 17 inches. You can also adjust the height of the cut from 3/4 of an inch to 4 inches high. So the performance of these mowers is really determined by their navigation abilities. These new mowers can actually mow within like 1/2 inch of accuracy. Now they use a lot of technology to do that. Let me talk to you about this particular model right here. First of all, it's got 360 AI vision. It's got vision all over. It's got cameras over here. It's got cameras on the side. Now, in addition to that, this mower is using something called NRTK. So NRTK is the replacement to this guy right here. This is RTK, where you actually had to install this in your yard. Now, the cool thing about this mower is it actually comes with an RTK antenna right here. But guess what, guys? 90% of North America's not going to need this, because the robot's got network RTK built into it, and this thing is precise. It can go right to the edge of your property and mow perfectly along fence lines, along wherever you have sidewalks. It is really cool. So let's talk about what's included when you buy a Navimow X4 Series robot mower. Of course, you get the robot mower, you get the docking charging station right here. So you get the Navimow power supply that connects to the back of the docking station. You get a very generous extension for your power supply. The kit comes with a RTK antenna for those of you who require that. It includes all the mounting poles. It includes the anchor for the ground. Very complete. So next up, you get anchors for the docking station and some Velcro for cable management. Also, you get pegs for your wire for the ground. And lastly, you get 2 sets of replacement mower blades. So in the past, setting up a robot mower, you had to be a rocket scientist. Segway has simplified that process. They basically have drop and mow, and it takes about 5 minutes from box to mowing. I'm actually gonna do it real time. I'm gonna make no cuts. We're gonna have this thing set up. Here we go. So now that I've got the mower set up and I've got the app connected to my mower, I can control the mower. Let me show you how I do that. I push this little controller button right here. You'll see the mower will pull out of the docking station. It will do a short calibration, and then I'll be able to control the mower manually. From here, you want to go and set up your map. So in addition to having a great robot, you have to have good software to control that robot, and Navimow has their app dialed in. It's super intuitive, easy to use, controls the robot really well. In fact, in my opinion, it's the best app that I've ever used to control a robot mower. Now, this mowing app is used for two things. The first one is map management, and the second one is mower settings. Now, in the map management, there's basically three things you're gonna do. The first thing is you're gonna define the mowing zone or the mowing area. The second thing is you configure is the off-limit areas. And lastly, you're gonna create the channels which connects the zones to each other and also the zones to the base station. So the second thing you're gonna do in the app is the mower settings. Now, this is where the Navimow app really shines. It's got so much adjustability that you can configure this thing to operate however you like. First of all, it's got scheduling. It's basically a calendar, really easy to use, all visual, really well laid out. You can set up the operation for 7 days a week. Next, you can change the cutting height on the mower. You can change it for all zones or individual zones. It also has an option for night mowing, which is really cool. That basically turns on the light and lets it operate in the dark. It's got weather adaptive. This is crazy. It can stop mowing if there's no snow, if there's high wind, if there's rain. There is so many options in there. It has something called traction control setting, which basically means the mower can handle and won't get stuck in your yard. So it gives it a little bit more control on your yard. It has edge sense, which basically means the mower can cut right to the edge of your grass. You can turn that on and off. Now, the last setting I want to talk about is anti-theft. Basically, the mower has a 4G Wi-Fi card in it. So if someone takes it, you can track where your mower is real time. All right, so this robot's ready to go. Let's see how it cuts some grass. So guys, we've made it to the end, but you shouldn't go anywhere because I've got some very important stuff to share with you. First of all, this mower was the first robot mower that I ever set down on my lawn, opened the app, and it went without any issues. There was no connection issues. There was no RTK issues. It just works, and it works really well. Now, the quality of the mower is great. It's rugged, good construction. It's just a solid mower. The app, the Navimow app, is one of my favorite apps for these robot controls, so that's in good shape. Basically, overall, this is one of my favorite mowers. This is definitely a mower that I would consider on my list in 2026. All right, everyone, so there's one last thing I gotta leave you with, and that is Navimow is participating in the spring sale. So if you wanna save a few beans, go to their website. I'll have a link to that right down below. Also, if you have any questions about these Navimow robot mowers, leave a question down below in the comment. I do my best to answer, and then when you're done with that, guys, don't leave. You don't have to rush anywhere because I got a great video for you. Let's put it right there.